You have all waited, but now it is among us. The time is near. Terence Bud Crawford versus Showtime, Shawn Porter. The fight is done. I'll be back with some more details. You stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. The best thing you could do is throw a like on the video. It goes a long way. We got some breaking news. Breaking news, Shawn Porter, Terence Crawford. The fight is going down. Finally. Going down. Now, you guys see right here, ESPN is reporting, among others, Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter have struck a deal for a welterweight title fight November 20th, Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Mandalay Bay on ESPN Plus pay-per-view, multiple sources tell their reporter Coppinger. Top Rank will promote and lead the event in association with PBC. So one got a TBC hat, the other got a WBC hat. And it looks like this is next on the menu. Great fight, difficult fight for both, in my opinion, which I'll end up breaking down more of that. This is Yahoo Sports, in case you guys wanted additional, reports of it. And I'll link to this in the description box. This is my story on Crawford versus Porter fight for the WBO being signed. This was initially a purse bid. The two were set to go to a purse bid if they couldn't agree, but the teams have agreed, and it looks like it's going to be on ESPN Plus. It says the WBO Welterweight Championship Terence Crawford fight in November with Shawn Porter. Top Rank and PBC reached a deal hours ahead of their scheduled purse bid with the WBO between Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter November 20th at the Michelob Ultra Center at Mandalay Bay. I'm not familiar with that, unless it's a name change. Is that the Thomas and Mack Center? I don't know. I don't know what the Michelob. I have to look that up. Michelob Ultra. You learn something new. Unless that's the Thomas and Mack Center with the name change like they did with the StubHub. Hold on, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. See, this is the brilliance of Mandalay. What is this? Formerly known as the Mandalay. So it was formerly known as the Mandalay Bay Event Center. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this venue is. I don't think I've ever been there. I've been to Mandalay Bay. Either way, the fight's going down. What could I say? Porter, a former WBC champion, represents the biggest challenge of the unbeaten Crawford's career. Porter is without a doubt Crawford's toughest fight at welterweight, and I think Crawford may be Porter's toughest fight. Top-ranked Vice President Carl Moretti, who is in Puerto Rico for the purse bid, told Yahoo Sports, "This fight, wow, is going to be something." Top-ranked President Todd DeBuff said the event would be certain on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Negotiations are ongoing, DeBuff said, to determine if it will be available on cable and satellite systems. Crawford, 37-0, 28, is ranked second behind Canelo pound for pound. In Porter, he's going to face a challenge like he hasn't previously, given Porter's ability to effectively pressure his opponents. Top Rank and Crawford have been frustrated at the inability to land a marquee fight, yada, yada, yada. So you guys can read the article. I'm going to get back to my presentation, and that's the latest and greatest. I try to give you guys all the information, and this is a big fight. This is a big fight. Congrats to Showtime, Shawn Porter, and Kenny Porter. They got what they wanted, and Terence Crawford got a much needed big name. Now, I know everyone's gonna be all chipper and jeery, and I'm not trying to add gloom to it, but on my channel, I don't forget And I like to go over everything that was discussed, and the different talking points and what have you. And the thing that I've noticed, the one thing that I noticed that rubs me the wrong way is old media continues to say one thing and then after switch it up. And then if it weren't for me in the world of boxing, they would almost get away with it. So what I'm referring to is this. Bob Arum previously talked about this fight before the fight got to this point and got the purse bid and the WBO ordered and got made, right? And Bob Arum literally said on record that Shawn Porter, that's not a marquee fight. It's not a pay-per-view fight. It's not a fight that's really worth pay-per-view. He wants Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, right? And I'm like, in my opinion, Top Rank, beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. Like he literally said that the fight, he was like, I don't think it'll be, I think he did an interview with The Athletic, if I'm not mistaken. And he literally said it's not a big fight. Now all of a sudden the fight gets made and you have representatives of Top Rank and they talking about how big of a fight it is. You know what I mean? Saying, oh, hey, and listen, if I can find it without like looking too crazy, I'll try to put the link into it. But Bob Arum wasn't as optimistic as he seemingly is at this given moment for this particular fight. Previously, he said something totally different. And again, I'm not trying to rain on the parade, but people aren't going to say one thing and then get away with saying the one thing and act like they didn't say it. So that's one thing. Bob Arum was making it sound like this fight wasn't a good fight. And I know this because I did videos about this and I responded to what Arum had said. So I know for a fact that he was making these types of comments, right? Other comments made from Top Rank and Bob Arum is that you have a guy in Terence Crawford who has all the talent in the world, but Bob Arum was saying he can't sell for jack. Like he can't sell. Every time we have a fight with him, it's a bust. Every time we have an event, it's not doing what it need to do in terms of the gross and how much money it's generating and things like that. And these are statements made from Bob Arum about his own fighter. And it led people to believe that, in question why Terence Crawford was still signed with Bob Arum when his promoter was basically denigrating or berating his own brand. People were saying like, hey, how you putting up with this? How come Crawford has nothing to say? Now, the reports are suggesting that PBC was not interested at all in any type of joint venture. So if this fight was going to happen, it was going to either happen the purse bid and PBC was going to have to pick it up, or they're going to have to, Top Rank is going to have to come up with, I guess, the money and finance the fight and then helm the whole project, grab the bull by the horns. And that's what it looks like was decided. But they weren't interested in doing another wild, because I'm trying to give you guys all the facts so you guys are empowered, because knowledge is power. There's a lot of people that are saying, oh, PBC and Top Rank, yeah, they could do other big fights together. Yeah, but hold your horses. You're saying that, but the reports are suggesting that despite Wilder Fury, that was just pre-existing business that needed to happen. That's why that fight's happening. But the reports are all suggesting, and the inside sources are suggesting, that PBC did not want to do a joint venture. So before everyone gets all like hyped up and says, oh yeah, Top Rank, I knew Top Rank and PBC could work together, it doesn't sound like, it doesn't sound like they're quote unquote working together in the capacity that you think like this is going to be a long-term thing, right? The other thing is, me personally, I do not give credit for mandatory fights and purse bid fights and fights like this, because your champion, to stay a champion, has to fight this person because it was ordered by a sanctioning body. So to keep his title and not be relieved of his title, that means Terence Crawford has to fight Shawn Porter. And for Shawn Porter, same thing, vice versa. For Shawn Porter to keep his position or his ranking within that organization, he has to fight against Terence Crawford. So that's pretty much how that works. So this is not like two parties just made the fight with no other outside pressure. For example, people forget this or don't know it. Leave it to me. I told you I don't forget. Edislandi Lara fought Vanes Martirosyan, and that was at a point where one was a top ranked guy and one was a PBC guy. But they made that first fight, and that was both promotions, but it was also the same situation that I'm divulging to you guys right now. It was a joint venture based on a mandatory, like somebody was gonna lose their rankings or whatever. The fight got ordered and basically they had to fight. So it's the same kind of thing. So I am happy. It's a good fight. Shawn Porter can bring ruggedness, durability, lots of experience. Terence Crawford, we know what he does great. That's why he's on the pound for pound list in most people's eyes. He's underratedly fast. I don't think people give him, like, he's athletically fast. He's just like a kind of a quick dude. He'll pounce on you. He's an amazing finisher. He's ambidextrous. You know, I can go on and on about both of these guys. That's what makes it a great fight. I can go on and on about both of them and what they bring to the table, but I'll save some of that for more videos. I just want to kick this video out and get you guys hyped for the fight that's happening. This is a recent picture of Terence Crawford. He's a student of the game, stays in shape. So I'm looking forward to this one. He's in shape. He's a disciplinary of types, and so is Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter always stays in shape. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what unfolds. Let me know who wins this fight. I'm not going to get into like breakdowns and stuff like that. I'm just happy it got done. Really for Crawford, because I think Crawford needed the big name more than Shawn Porter. And that goes without saying. Shawn Porter's been in there with Adrian Broner, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, right? Danny Garcia, Kell Brook when he was undefeated, yada, yada, yada. Crawford did later get some of those names, but it was at a points where Danny Garcia and Canelo had knocked out Amir Khan, and then he struggled with Samuel Vargas. His very next fight, Crawford gets him. Or Kell Brook after Triple G had no guys, had mice, and Errol Spence beat him. So this will be the first name where, especially at welterweight, I'm talking about, where Terence Crawford gets a guy who people think still has something left, and he's still, you know, at the height of his career and disciplined and in shape, and he's not out there getting smoked by other opponents or inactive or shot in the leg, or, you know, a guy who shouldn't have been a champion like Jeff Horn. You know, and so all in all, some people, I see some negative Nancy's. They saying, oh, Crawford, even if he beats Shawn Porter, he wouldn't get credit. Based on what? Of course he'll get credit. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'll talk about this fight more. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm out. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.